Should it rain at any time after the hurricane, or should there be any time to safely collect the rainwater, we have a surplus of tools at school with which to retain it from the ground, sky, or gutters. If needed, we could then boil it over our fire. We also found that the periwinkle snails around our campus are edible if cooked. This may seem unimportant because of their size, but we were able to collect over 30 in just a 3-foot area.
Here we have acorns. Here he's cutting open acorns. If the inside is brownish or like a tan light color, then you can cook it and eat it, which will cook when we get a fire going.
Yes.
While we were looking for food sources, we noticed the abundance of mussels scattered around us, especially at low tide. We decided to look up if these types of mussels were edible, and sadly, as it turns out, they are not. We did know, though, that we could use the mussels for bait. We could catch crabs by crushing the mussels open, and then grabbing the crabs when they come out to eat the mussel.
We have some graceful redweed and pickleweed, which can both be eaten sort of as an add-on, but they can also just both be eaten normally without cooking or anything like that. And we found a ton of these. They're all over the place by the waterfront.
Throughout the course of the 2 weeks, we will have provided ourselves with a source of water using a process called solar desalination. Basically, all you have to do is fill the bowl up with water and place a cup in the middle. Then you wrap the large bowl in saran wrap and place a small pebble on the inside. So what happens is you take that and you leave it outside in the sun, and when the water evaporates, it'll hit the saran wrap, then drip back down and fall into the cup. We would do this numerous times with numerous different bowls since we have enough, and this would provide us with enough water to keep ourselves sustained for the 2 weeks. We might not have a surplus, but the water will be clean and we will have it. In order to sustain ourselves for 2 weeks, we would have to consume less than a liter a day, since we'll be losing about 800 milliliters. While this is nowhere close to ideal, it will keep us alive.
To make a fire, all you need to do is cut the metal and paper part of a gum wrapper in a thin hourglass shape. Next, you take a battery and carefully place either end of the metal part of the gum wrapper on either end of the battery. If you cut it correctly, you should have a few seconds during which you can light a piece of paper on fire from the wrapper, and then lay the paper on your fire structure, making sure to continue adding kindling. If there were more people doing this at the same time, a larger fire could grow and be maintained, which we could use to purify our water and cook our fish and acorns.
We caught about 10 or 15 in every net. The serving size is 30 krill according to Oxford Nutrition, and could probably feed us for at least one meal a day.
Day to day, we would need to consume about 1,200 calories in order to survive. Considering our food source, this could prove to be tough, so we would set up shifts for who would go out and gather our food and water, and who would save their energy, and then we would ration the food so that the active members of the group for that day would eat more than the non-active ones.